Hey guys, this video I wanted to go over a little bit about how I'm feeling. There's like a little bit of a life update because honestly this has been the past month honestly has been really hard. So basically about a month ago I did strain my lat and also the long head of my tricep doing deadlift. There's a few things that did contribute to that. So one, just realizing so my coach and I were really experimenting with pushing volume a little bit harder on pushing movements, just really like everything, but like lots of arm volume, lots of pushing volume, etc. Just see like how hard we could essentially push myself, and if I could, maybe get something out of it, this would be like the thing that would actually get my bench press stronger finally. I was feeling okay for like the first couple of weeks. And then towards the end, I just was kind of just like realized that my upper body and like my back, just like everything was just constantly sore. Everything kind of was just hurting. I was getting issues sleeping. So I was essentially overreached just really early. But, I kept pushing through it because, do your job, whatever. And like, I'm just a really stubborn person. It's one of my best traits, and one of my worst traits is that I'm just really stubborn, and I will push through every single sign that my body is giving me to back off. If it means that, if I think like, well, no, this is like what I have to do in order to make the best progress and whatever. Second, that gym that day was really, really hot. I was really dehydrated. My lat was already acting up a little bit. And I had my grip on the barbell a little bit wider than I normally have it, just to kind of, I guess, take some stress, I thought, off of my lats. And I got 573 for a top set of 5 around RPE 8, but I felt my lat like tear on the 4th rep and the 5th rep. I should have stopped at the 4th rep, but again, I was stubborn. And just since that point, like, deadlift just felt really bad for 3 weeks, just in a row, just constantly hurting. Didn't feel as strong on it, and I was honestly like kind of struggling with my identity to a certain point, because like I really love deadlifting. It's something I'm really good at, something I've always been good at, and I felt like what I loved was just taken away from me, and like I just couldn't do it. And like I was scared to deadlift. Like I still am kind of scared to deadlift and apprehensive, especially with like mixed grip, because I know it's going to hurt to like some extent. I just don't know when it's going to start to hurt. So that has been really difficult to deal with. Now, as I've gotten more in with like the rehab process and getting used to things, it has gotten better. I'm able to now pull up to 551 mixed grip with minor pain in both my tricep, like the long head of my tricep, and my lats. So it is improving, and I am feeling a lot stronger. The only caveat is that I can really only pull with straps now, which is like, it's not the end of the world, but because I pull mixed grip, it's different leverages. It's not exactly as specific to the competition that I would like. So I've had to adjust with that. It's also had me consider, pulling more mixed grip, or instead of mixed grip moving to hook grip. So that's something I'm going to be playing around with a little bit here and there, to just see like what works best for me, and what really allows me to train without pain. I am 14 weeks out from my next meet, so I have time to rehab, but I would like to not train with pain, and because I know I'm really capable of pulling like a huge weight at this next meet. But yeah, that's been really hard. And then but besides that, just like it's like I was just constantly sore, exhausted, like overreached for like basically 2 weeks. Like I also got COVID. I didn't realize it. I had a couple tests because I thought that I had it, but both of them came back negative. But like I kept feeling like shit, just achy, exhausted, couldn't sleep, kind of fevery, sniffly, like. And then I kind of got a test back. I got 2 rapid tests that came back negative, and I got a PCR test that came back positive. And, you know, I just felt really weak, no desire to really train. I was still doing it, but like my joints hurt and like nothing felt good. And I just felt like I was regressing. I felt like I was, like all my efforts were kind of for like nothing. And I just was kind of like realizing I was starting to like just really hate powerlifting and hate training. And that's something I was like, I never thought I would say. I'm not gonna lie, like it's been really scary. It's been kind of like, you know, hard to like deal with. And like, especially because like, you know, like my job, like my brand, I feel like is dependent upon me being able to perform and like, you know, look a certain way and do all these things. Because like, you know, that's one of the caveats of like being like your own brand and like being your own business owner. And with the business model that I have, it's like everything is dependent upon me and me performing and me producing content and me being there for my clients and me being motivating my clients, like leading from the front. That's a really important part of my business to me, is that I want to lead from the front and, you know, motivate my clients to keep doing like what they're supposed to do. And like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, my clients are absolutely killing it. And it was like hearing the check is everything's going great and you know, making good progress, making gains and, you know, PR after PR. And then, you know, it kind of made me just kind of like feel even worse because like I know I shouldn't, because like, you know, like it's my job to get my clients results and I'm obviously happy about it. But like when training wasn't going well for me, I'm like, well, shit, like what the hell? Like, you know, I'm happy that you guys are getting results, but I want the same thing. I feel like I'm working really hard. So the past 3 weeks have been pretty hard, and I've only recently felt some positive momentum in training, feeling a little bit more like myself, feeling a little bit, actually feeling stronger this week, and like I'm back at my own, like where I was, but like, I don't know, like I was really struggling with burnout for the past few weeks, and that's kind of a bigger reason why, you know, I also switched to more podcasts and a little bit less of like, you know, how my training is going, because it just hasn't been going very, very great. And it's a normal part of the process, I think, to have this stuff happen and have it wax and wane and analyze kind of like, why do you feel a certain way? And I realized that for me, one, just training with too much volume from what I can, you know, recover from, having a really high life stress, you know, running a business during like a recession, and you know, having to be there for my clients and providing them top level service, and you know, I've been prioritizing their needs above my needs, which I think is good. But I've also learned, you know, I need to take time for myself to still relax and still de-stress, because like it's important for me, like my own mental health. Like the only way I can actually provide the best service to my clients is if I'm also taking care of myself. So I'm just taking this as a learning experience and being really open about this, because I think it's easy to look at people online and think, oh, like, you know, he never struggles with like motivation or whatever. But like I absolutely did. Like, you know, I was even thinking about potentially pulling out of the meet, and like I know that's irrational, but I mean, I just you know, I just not feeling good, you know. Like I was like literally like the things I've been dealing with, I like really couldn't sleep more than like 3 hours a night. I would just like lay in bed, just like looking up at the ceiling. Like I just could not sleep. I was like runny nose, really weird appetite. Like I was like kind of like just could not like digest food like the same way, just indigestion and like just feeling weak and tired and sore and like in my joints and in my muscles, and just like picking up like 25-pound dumbbells was like, it felt heavy, and like it was just, you know, like that's hard to do, especially when like you deadlift 700 pounds and like 500 feels heavy. So like I'm on the up and up right now. You know, I've had to learn, I have to, you know, really just listen to my body, only train with like volumes I can really like, you know, progress with and recover from. So I mean, I'm still training hard, and I'm still doing the damn thing, obviously. But this is just kind of like what I've been dealing with. So yeah, right now I'm kind of just taking time to just step back a little bit from pushing things as hard with food, with training, get my body feeling really good and healthy before like I officially start prep after this little next wave of training is over. And I'm going to be, I'm excited to show that process. I'm confident in my abilities to still, put together something really good on the platform. And, during these periods of time, like, I think it's important to mention, like, I didn't stop training. I still kept trying my best. I've still been doing everything I possibly can to make progress and, analyzing, like, why. And I just haven't quit. And the only way that, like, you stop making progress is if you actually stop training. You actually stop trying. Because I guarantee you, like, the reason why things feel good, I'm feeling like I'm getting sort of like this spur of progress all of a sudden, is just because I didn't quit. I didn't, like, stop trying my best. And I guess, again, like that's what mostly matters, like your effort over the long term. Be consistent, and be willing to change your approach if you have to. It's a really important part of the process. So I know it's kind of like more of a rant video, but kind of a life update. I'm going to be probably putting out a little bit more training content once things do start picking up. Keep you guys in the loop on whether or not I do switch to hook. Maybe how I'm learning it's what I found works best for me. But yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions down below, just let me know, and I'll respond to them.